This is North America. The year is 1899. Civilization here is on a much different scale than it is today. It's been estimated that during this century over 70 million people lived in the North American continent. But remarkably, with such a high population of human beings inhabiting the land, there are still vast quantities of the natural environment that have barely been touched by humanity. In this series, we shall be exploring the landscapes and wildernesses in a way that has never been seen before. These are the natural wonders of the 5 states. Our journey continues in the northeastern state of New Hanover. This is the Roanoke Ridge. The landscape here is green and lush. A huge variety of tree and plant species are growing here in abundance. But this would not be possible were it not for one key factor. It rains almost every day. Over hundreds of years, with such regular rain and sunlight, this forest has thrived. As the seasons pass, trees shed their leaves, plants decompose, and herbivores that are attracted for miles around leave their droppings. All of this is then absorbed into the soil, and as a result, the forest floor becomes a rich source of nutrients. With such a vast and continuous supply of nutrients, this forest will continue to grow for centuries to come. But why does it rain so often in this northeastern area of New Hanover? The answer has only recently been discovered. Scientists have discovered that the mountains that surround the north of the continent are in the direct path of strong winds that are blown in from the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. At such high altitudes, the air cools at a much faster rate. It condenses and creates clouds that are full of rainwater. In fact, so much rainwater is produced that huge quantities of water cascade down the mountains and have created a remarkable spectacle. This huge torrent of water that flows into the Roanoke Ridge is the birth of the Commissar River, the largest river in North America. This river flows for hundreds of miles to the very south of the continent, where it eventually connects with the Lanahatchee River. As we follow the Commissar River as it winds its way through the valleys of New Hanover, there lies a small body of water. This is the Elysian Pool. At first glance, it appears that nothing here is out of the ordinary. But take a closer look, and we discover something that has rarely been seen. This deep cave system lies beneath the surface. Today's caves remain the least explored places on Earth. However, human beings are seldom the first to reach these black, damp places. One type of rock makes this whole underground world possible: limestone. Most of the world's caves are found within it, and it covers nearly 10% of the Earth's surface. The dissolving power of rainwater has shown its effects on the surface, but it has more dramatic effects underground. During its journey from the surface, the water absorbed carbon dioxide from the soil, making it mildly acidic. And over millions of years, the acid eats away at the limestone, creating a maze of caverns and passageways that sometimes go on for miles. Due to the natural erosion of the surrounding rock, the water in this cave is full of sediment. You might think that with such high levels of sediment in this water, it has become poisonous. In fact, it serves as building blocks for soils and landforms alike, transporting nutrients, facilitating chemical reactions, and otherwise helping an ecosystem's physical environment and biological processes alike. This is why the Elysian Pool is full of life. For the final part of our journey, we travel west to the vast open plains of the Heartlands. The rocky terrain here is also made of limestone, composed of minerals derived from marine shells and corals. So although these rocky towers are hundreds of meters above sea level, they were actually formed underwater. Originally, this whole area would have been one solid block of limestone, the base of a coral reef. This is a dramatic reminder of the land's link to the sea. For some people, the state of New Hanover is empty. But any feeling of emptiness is an illusion. Join us next time as we travel southeast to the state of Lemoyne, as we continue our journey to discover the natural wonders of the 5 states.